Hi, it's me, Simone. I'm using some unfinished ceramic pieces I picked up at Michael's and my favorite Speedball products to block print a ceramic vase. Let me show you how. This is the perfect DIY project for a girls' night, date night, or crafting with the kiddos. From flower vases and planters to drink coasters, even holiday ornaments, block printed ceramics make the perfect personalized gifts and keepsakes. Today we'll be carving, painting, hand printing, and sealing our ceramic piece. I've listed all of my supplies here so that you can do it yourself. Let's get started! I'm going to start by drawing my design in pencil on tracing paper. If you aren't super confident in your drawing skills, you can always trace an existing design. Once our design is ready, we're going to transfer it to the rubber carving block. Place your design face down, hold the paper nice and steady, and run over it a few times with a flat edge. Using a craft knife, cut out your shape so it's easier to handle when carving. And we're ready to go! Since we're carving such a small stamp, I'm using the #1 blade from the Speedball Lino cutter set. It's a favorite of mine because it's one tool that comes with 5 different blades. A little tip when carving is to try to hold your lino cutter relatively steady and rotate the block like you see me doing here. I'm going to make this a 2-piece stamp so that I can have that nice pop of bright green. We're going to start with just the berry. A few little flicks for the seeds, and we can use that craft knife again to cut away the excess. Now there's lots of ways to do this, but I like to do a quick test print of my design and then repeat the process for the second piece of my stamp. This will just make sure that the leafy parts line up to what I've already cut for the berry. So we draw our design, transfer it to the rubber block, and then carve just like before. For this piece, I want to be able to see where I'm printing to line it up as best as possible with the berry. So I'm cutting away right at the leaves for the bottom half of the stamp. I'm only doing this on the bottom half because I want to make sure I keep the piece big enough to be able to securely hold. Let's get ready to paint. I'm a big fan of pink and red together, and I think that this vase just screams for a checkered pattern, so that's what I'm going for. This is an acrylic paint from Craft Smart in the color Pink Blast. I'm using block printing inks for my stamps. I already know what you're wondering, and trust me when I say that stamping with acrylic paint won't work. It doesn't have the same stickiness that you get with a nice print. Start with just a little bit and get it rolled out nice and thin. The seeds on this stamp are tiny, so too much ink will fill them in. We're just going to ink, print, and repeat for your desired pattern. Next, repeat the process with the green. Since this piece is so tiny, I'm actually going to gently stamp it into my rolled ink. Remember, roll it out nice and thin. I recommend test printing a few times on paper until you get the hang of it. As we finish up printing, let's start thinking about sealing. To seal your finished design, I personally find sprays to be easiest. You want to look for something non-yellowing. If you plan to use water in your pot, I'd suggest some type of inlay to protect it, but there's also waterproof sealers specifically for clay pots. I was browsing the aisles and happened across this one from Mod Podge, and it's an iridescent gloss. Say less. Move to a ventilated area and spray away. Be sure to give it enough drying time and then put her on full display. You just block printed your own ceramic vase. Connect with me for more carving and crafting videos and show me what you make. Okay, bye!